Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brandon again here on another max effort week for Juggernaut. But unlike the last time I went and did this, which was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, they had the max effort sessions split up into 2 different weeks. This week, all 3 max effort sets are during this week. Figured I'd do a video in somewhat real time. So I'm warming up right now for my squat session, which is my first max effort. That calls for a set of 5 at RPE 10. Last time around, it called for a set of 6 at RPE 10, almost 495. I rated it a 9.5, so I have a number in my mind today of 515 for 5. I think I can do it. I think that's a big number for me. I'm really looking forward to it and playing with my mental aspects that always creep in on these max effort sets. Now I've been trying to do a good job keeping myself in a very good headspace throughout the last couple of weeks, and this entire training session, cycle, block, routine since going on the AI programming, and I think I've been doing a good job. I mean, I've been showing you the sassy belt flips on Instagram. I've been feeling myself a little bit. Training has been going great. I really enjoy myself, and it just happens to be that max effort sets or 1 rep max temps, they start to creep up and play a little bit with my mind, but I'm trying to be positive about it, and I think it's gonna pay off because, again, the weights have been moving better than they have in a really long time. So my goal is for this video is to show you some insight into how the program is going. I think I'm on like week 15 or 16 right now, but gonna give you some insight before each actual main max effort set, show you the set itself, and then talk about it after about how it went, how it felt, and what I wanna do. So 3 total lifts on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Of course, by the time you see this, it's all gonna be wrapped up in a nice, pretty package, minus my face, of course, but let's go ahead and get after it because it's time to keep on warming up and get to that main set. All right, so top set is done, 515 for 5, and I rated it at an RPE. Before I tell you, put it in the comment section below what you think it was. An RPE 9, which I'm extremely happy about. Now, going into the session just a couple minutes ago, I thought that this might be a stretch and it'd probably be a grinder RPE 10, and although it was definitely difficult, RPE 9 for me is a solid win here, and it kind of ups my projected 1 rep max, which I'm very happy about. Now, I toyed around with the idea over the weekend, if things felt really, really good, which I wasn't sure they would, to just push for a true AMRAP here, as I saw my buddy Garrett Blevins do a couple of weeks ago on one of his squat sets. And I thought about doing that potentially. I think I probably could have got 1, maybe even 2 more to see if it was even really a true RPE 9 or not. But since all of the max effort sets are this week, and I still have to do some back off sets of 440 on the squats before moving to some 1-inch conventional deadlifts on a deficit today, and a max effort deadlift sessions like 3 days from now, it didn't really make sense to burn myself out because, again, we're not testing 1 rep maxes right now, but we are setting some new kind of baselines for training going forward. So today was a huge success. All right, back in the basement, day 3, max effort deadlift day. Didn't do any max efforts on day 2, so not showing you any clips. It's been a little while since I max effort a deadlift set, and the goal here today is a set of 4 at RPE 10. Now, last time I did this, I did a set of 5 at 545, and I rated it a 10, which I think is the first RPE 10 that I've really rated any of these max effort sets in the 16 weeks of the Juggernaut AI. I do think a big part of that is it was separated from the other max effort sets. So normally the max effort sets are all in the same week. That block, for some reason, the deadlifts and squats and bench were separated out a little bit, and I wasn't really prepared because I literally looked at my program and was like, oh crap, I have a max effort set today, and I'm the type of person who likes to over prepare, so it took a lot out of me. And most recently I hit 545 for a set of 4 or 5, and it felt like an RP like 7 or so. So I have a good aggressive number in mind. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there. It might be a little bit too aggressive. I'm gonna warm up and see how we go, but by the time you see the next clip, you're gonna see what my max effort set's gonna be. The goal, set of 4 at RPE 10, and let's get after it. All All right, so top set done, 585 for a set of 4 at a rating at an RPE 10. I thought in my mind that maybe it was a 9.5, and to be honest, I might have muscled it up a little bit with my back, but my grip really started to feel like it was fading on that 4th rep, so probably wouldn't be able to do a 5th one anyways. I would have dropped the bar. But I'm pretty happy about that because, as you guys might know, I actually don't use chalk or straps or anything like that, just mixed grip, and my grip tends to be pretty good. So getting that for a set of 4 at the right RPE was huge. That was the number I had in mind, but I was kind of doubting myself and thinking maybe I should just go like 565 because that would let me use my 35-pound plates. But 585 I thought was there, and it was there. Really pumped about that. Just did some back off sets with 495. Still have to squat and do some bench work, but 2 days down on this max effort week, and things are going pretty good. All right, so we're back here in the basement, day 4, last max effort set of the week, and we built a lot of great momentum, but I'm feeling a little beat up today. Part of the problem is, if you see behind me, I built that monster of a dumbbell rack all by myself, carried it down to the basement, set it up all myself. It weighs like 1,000 pounds. I'm surprised I didn't die. I'll probably post some stuff on Instagram about putting that bad boy together by myself. Not recommended, by the way. But before we get to the actual training, I want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, which is Koya. They make some very healthy based drinks. This is their vanilla bean protein drink. There's keto friendly drinks, but all of their products are like dairy free, gluten free, soy free. These things have 18 grams of protein. This one has 190 calories, very low sugar in this, like 4 grams. I've typically been trying to drink these either during my longer training sessions, since they sent me a bunch, or as a post-workout in between the time that it takes me to make lunch. Because for those unaware, typically my training is done during my lunch breaks for work, and then I eat immediately following that while I catch up on work and email. So this is kind of a nice bridge between to give me some protein and some carbs as well as some fats, and tastes pretty good. This is the vanilla bean flavor. They sent me some other ones, which I'm sure I'll talk about in some other videos. But if you're not familiar with them, you can go on their website, drinkkoya.com. I'll link it in the description box below, and code BASEMENT will save you 20% off your order. That's pretty darn good. Now, talking about today's max effort set, it's bench, a set of 5, RPE 10. And surprisingly, my bench has been going pretty well outside of the max effort sets. I've been pushing the numbers that the programs have been recommending. And I think last week I ended up hitting like 285 for a set of 5 at RPE 9, which was more than my max effort set a couple of weeks before. I'm sure I'll show you some overlays here of that max effort set from last time. So in my mind, the numbers are gonna be somewhere between 290 to 300 for the set of 5 today, but let's go ahead and see if I can get it. All right, so top set ended up going with 295. I thought about pushing towards 300, but based off my progression from the last couple of weeks, I thought that was a little bit more aggressive because that's 15 pounds heavier than I've done before. And even though I did 285 for 5 at 9, I don't think it equated out to 300. And plus, I'm really feeling beat up again from all the stuff I did yesterday. So I think 295 for me is a win. I rated it at a 10. Things were kind of slow, and I haven't been pausing these rep maxes necessarily, but during my normal training during the week, I'll usually try to pause either my first or last rep of those sets. But for this, I just wanted to move as much weight as possible. So I'm very happy with that because that bumps up my estimated 1 rep max. So I have some other accessory work to do today, and that's gonna end out this week. I'll have a deload next week, which will be nice. And before going into one more strength training block before my peak, typically what happens is after your deload, it kind of updates everything from the frequency to the MRVs, MEVs, all that kind of stuff. So I'll try to share that probably in my next video update, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I know I did, especially because the week went so well. But in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and stay big.